So we sold a ton, right? $160,000 in coffee in 3.5 years. But Jacob asked me, he said, Dad, you said you'd support my business, will you come to an event? And I said, yeah, sure, I'll come to an event. Didn't really want to. But they had the Toyota Center in Houston leased out for 2 days, and it was a 2-day summer. I'm like, son, 2 days? He says, Dad, you said you'd support me. Yeah, okay. So go to the event. In January, it can be nice in Houston. It was. There's a park across the street. I'd listen to a speaker. I'd go outside and exercise. Come back in, listen to a speaker, go outside, exercise. I was doing that all day long. But I come back in, and there's a guy that got on stage, and he told his story. And here's a guy who has lost his job, so he's behind on house payments, truck payments. His 6-year-old son used a wheelchair. He had cerebral palsy. And he said, hey, Dad, can we go out for an ice cream? So he took his son for an ice cream, and it started raining really hard on the way home. Now, it can rain incredibly hard in Houston. We've had as many as 10 inches in an hour. It can really open. So it was raining like that. So when he got home, he parked his truck in the driveway, grabbed his son in his arms, ran him in the house, and said, well, I'll get the wheelchair tomorrow morning. He woke up, looked outside, the truck was gone. Note on the door, the repossession company had taken his truck. So he went down there. I can't imagine the pain that he had to have. 1, feeling like he was failing his family, not providing for him. 2, losing his son's wheelchair. But he asked the people at the lot, he says, look, you deserve my truck, I'm behind on payments, I get that. But my son's paralyzed, his wheelchair's in back, can I get the wheelchair back? And they said no. No, you can't. You get the wheelchair back when you catch up on the truck payments. So kind of like Pete and Hannah turning a brain tumor into a multi-million-dollar business, which they did, this guy was now desperate. So he's introduced to the Organo business. He says, yeah, that's not for me. Now he called the guy, he says, I'm desperate. Right? What do I do? He says, you pull out your phone, start at the A's, and call everybody in your phone book. Say, I lost my job, I lost my truck, I lost little Johnny's wheelchair. Will you help me out and buy 2 boxes of coffee? Well, everybody asked, said yes, except one guy said no. He said, I'd buy 5. So people bought $5,000 worth of coffee in a matter of hours, paid him in advance. He didn't even have supply. Got the truck back, got the wheelchair back. Now they get the coffee, they drink it. And like happens to most people who drink it, they want more. So at 2 weeks when they were out, they're saying, where do we get more, where do we get more? He signed up in the business, he was a diamond in 28 days. His business cost $200,000. So he went from being the worst dad in the world to a guy that suddenly found a great way to make a living, right? Just like that. So there's so many different ways to make money in the business. I heard that story, and it wasn't like I needed more money. I like money. My wife likes money. She does good things with it. We have a good lifestyle, we have fun, right? But here's what I thought. If my goal in life is to share health, happiness, and prosperity with everybody I know, how am I doing with health? Pretty good. How am I doing with happiness? Decent. How am I doing with prosperity? I'd give myself a D-. Right? I taught doctors about nutrition. Some of them applied it. Some built better practices, but D- with most of the people that I met. But now all of a sudden I can help the single mom that I want to help do well. We have a bunch of them on the team that are making an extra $1,000 a month. Now think about what a difference that would make for a single mom. They can pay the rent, they can have better quality food, they can buy their kids Christmas presents, and all they're doing is sharing healthy coffee. The vast majority of people in network marketing are women. 85% of people that make over $100,000, 85% of women that make over $100,000 in the US do it in network marketing. That's a big number. There's no upper end to this industry. They've got millionaires, many. There's actually over 440 coffee millionaires, Pete, in Organo Gold. And a bunch of them, I think you're number 60, are those that have done it in 1 year's time, right? Made $1 million in a year, with 440 that have done it cumulatively. I'm halfway there at this point. So it's pretty nice. The money comes in. I was telling yesterday that one of the secrets of the rich is to multiply time. So J. Paul Getty, the country's first billionaire with a B, said I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. Well, I got 3,500 people. What if I get 1% of their efforts? That's 3,500% of what I can do. They can do 35x what I can do. And they do. 2.5 million a year in coffee sales. That's a pretty good number. So can I feel good about the product? I can feel great about the product. Can I feel good about the opportunity? I can feel great about the opportunity. Can I share it with full happiness about everybody that comes in? Absolutely. Does everybody that come in win? No. Most people that come in do like what most people do, not much. But there are some people like Pete Cohen that run with it.